Nicky, just over a month since you left Whitley Bay. First of all, just your thoughts on leaving the club, which I know was close to your heart as a hometown lad.
It was with a heavy heart. It was just I felt, I went in there with fresh ideas and excitement and wanting to do well with the club, but it just got to a point where I just felt there's things that I couldn't really what do I say? It was a case of that I had a difference of opinions on things, and I couldn't see how I could take the club forward at the present, where the club is at present, which is a shame because I think it's got a lot to offer, and but I wish them the best of luck. And but it's a big club, which I think it needs to, wake up a little bit.
I mean, looking at the last 12 months, you've spoken outwardly about it, but personally, you've had a tough time as well. And you look at that, the off-field issues that you've had, and the amount of work you put in it Whitley over the last 2 years, as it'll be now. It's been a challenge for you on and off the pitch. Definitely, because
football, people who know me know football's been my life, and I've put it before a lot of things, rightly or wrongly. It's always been my enjoyment and my release. And Whitley Bay was one of them where it wasn't a release, and I was looking forward to training, I was looking forward to games, and we have took the club forward, and I got great pleasure from taking the club forward. But as you're right, I've had some personal issues which have really hit us hard, and that was released. But when it wasn't starting to come release, and it wasn't getting, it was becoming a bit of a chore. Football's never been a chore for me, or release, never been a strain to go on, and that's what happened. And and I'm no quitter. My parents have always been very encouraging, supportive for what I did, and for me to do it with 11 weeks of the season, like I say, it was a tough thing for me to take, but it was something that I felt I had to do because I don't think I could give my all towards the end of the season. My all in the, I think I would be cheating some people, shall I say? And it was just, for me, it kept us going really well, but when it comes to chore, and when games are getting called off, and you're okay about getting called off, where I used to be disappointed and gutted about being called off, because then I'm not giving myself 100% to the club, to the fans, to the players. So I had to do what's best for me in the end.
So over the last month, I know you've been to a few games. How have you been keeping your eye in, as I say?
Yeah, spoke to managers, spoke to players, been to a lot of games at different levels, from step 6 up to step 3-2. Up to step 2, enjoy watching football. It is something that I'll want to get back into it. I think I've still got a lot of offer, and it's just got to, I'm always taking notes of games, because I always get phone calls of managers. Who do you think could play this position, that plays, and I'll help any member of management. Carl Jarrett's a good friend of mine who's done exceptionally well, and I've learnt a lot from him. Dave Malone, these are people I speak to regular, and I will always do, and I'll always help people and give my opinion if they want the help, and that's what I do, and I'll continue to do it. And if the right option comes up, then I'm sure I'll certainly consider it, that's for sure.
I was going to say, I mean, it's highly unlikely, I think, we'd say over the next, whatever's left of the season now, 8 weeks, any jobs are going to come up at this point in time. So is the case of you seeing it through the summer, keep watching games, keep your eye in, and then just kind of review what's around in the summer?
Yeah, for me, it's got to be the right model for myself as well as the club. I've been in management a long time, 15, 16 years, but in them time I've been loyal to the clubs. I was 4 years at Seton Delville. I felt I did me learning at Seton Delville quite a bit. Then I did 10 years nearly at Morpeth. And like I say, I thought that, they've all had reasons. Seton Delville was to move into a higher level. Morpeth was, again, I felt I took the club as far as I could with the restrictions that were there. And at Whitley Bay, exactly the same. I was 2 years. So for me, it's about the ambition matching my ambition, because if you're not in football to win, why are you in football? And yes, it's enjoyment, but you're only enjoying it if you're winning, in my eyes.